In the following tutorial, we're going to look at animation of models and exporting the animations to AVI files. To begin, we open a model file, in which case any one is available. I'm using one of the examples. And here we can see we have a three-dimensional exhaust model. And we can choose a frequency we'd like to see animated and simply click on the play button, and what we'll see is the model being animated. And if you want to export as an AVI file a particular frequency, you can simply select the export dialog, choose the file path where you'd like to save the data, choose your output resolution. I'm going to select 640 by 480. And we can choose to scroll through the frequencies, in this case starting at 1, ending at 2048, incrementing 1, or we can just animate a particular frequency or particular set of frequencies. So I'd like to animate, for example, 512 Hertz, and I can choose the time I'd like that to be animated for, let's say 30 seconds. And it would be possible to add other values here to step through particular frequencies of interest, but I'm just going to stick with the one frequency, 512 Hertz. So I can now see that that's going to create an AVI file for me, which is just over 600 megabytes, about 750 frames. I can choose a compression if I'd like to enable a compression. Several codecs are available, but I'm going to select uncompressed. And if I click on the OK button now, the file is being created. The animation has been created. So if I now look in that folder, I can see this particular animation at 512 Hertz. It's possible to repeat that process, but to export a number of frequencies, so this time perhaps 512 for 5 seconds, and say 750 as well. And if I create a new file name and export that file, we can now see that we're moving between the 512 Hertz and the 750 Hertz. And if we'd like to do a complete scroll through of all of the frequencies, we can use this stepping mode. If we start at 1 and finish at 512, and again I'll give it a different file name. I've made these ones rather smaller, but if we have a look now, we can see we're scrolling through the frequencies, and the speed that this scrolls through the frequencies is controllable as well, all from the export dialog.